I see.
That level is ending
I'm
my
excited
epic
for it.
streak, bro.
Wait,
My epic streak is gone. Yeah.
you think? Why?
Dude, it's so simple. I feel like that's not the kind of level RobTop would give an epic to. Unless he plays like the whole thing. Or like he
But-
gets the inside scoop.
Levels, I feel like there is no epic, like, standpoint. Like, there's no, criteria for an epic, no?
Well, there's not, but I mean, you can definitely look at levels that, you know, like I have levels that I think should have gotten epic and didn't. And you can see levels that got epic. I'm like, I can kind of see it. And you can start to get a feel for like RobTop's tastes and what he gives like certain ratings, which that's just how the rating system works. It really is all of RobTop's taste, right?
Yeah, I feel like
So-
it's more likely to get epic if it's clean. I'll say that. Like, there's no theme. You can start building a level that is just inherently from the start not going to get epic unless it's probably like super graphic or laggy. But Big
I don't know,
Feet,
maybe you're more hopeful
like,
about it than
it's
me.
not going to just not get epic because of feet. Like, come on, let's be serious.
No, that's not. That's not the reason I think it wouldn't get epic. I just truly
good.
think it's too simple.
Okay, I gotcha.
But also, I mean, it doesn't bother me too much because I don't put a lot of merit in the rating system because truly it is just what one guy thinks your
It's
level.
just a thing, yeah. Like, I think it's fine to think about the rating system while you build, but it's also just like, dude, just do your thing. Like, I
Yeah.
feel like people let it dictate what they build too much, and it should just be more
For sure.
relaxed.
Exactly.
that should-
I mean, I think it's definitely just in the nature of creators to have the rating system in mind, especially if you're kind of established as a creator already. And I agree with you in that there's nothing like inherently wrong with it. However, it can definitely become a detriment if you start overthinking about it or like hyper fixating on what rating your level's going to get, because you can't control that. But what you can control is what kind of level you make, and that's what matters more. At least in my eyes.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. I don't know. I feel like whenever people say in the community, like, oh, the rating system shouldn't really matter, people just say, oh, well, that's because you have creator points and stuff like that. But I don't know.
Yeah.
I've stopped thinking about it, at least. I feel like for me, if people talk about something a lot, I just like disconnect from it. Like, people talk about the rating system so much on Twitter, and I just have stopped
Yeah.
paying attention, if that makes sense. I watch other people get upset about it, and then I'm like, well, I'm not gonna get upset about it. Like, I see
feel
that
that exactly.
people get sad about it, and I'm like, well, that's just something that could make me sad, so I'm gonna avoid it. Every time a level comes out, it's always like contention. Oh, this should or shouldn't get rated, and I'm like, it's a level. Like, I don't know, the rewards are there to collect, but it's also something that is able to be played and appreciated in many different ways, other than just what label it gets on the
Exactly.
server.
Exactly. People be caring way too much about everything sometimes. That's the truest opinion I can give.
But we are also creators in the position where it doesn't matter to us. So
Yeah, so it's really hard for, you know, people like you or I to speak on it objectively, because when people hear about us speak on it, it doesn't feel the same, you know? People are like, oh, well, these guys already have what I want, so how would they know how I
Yeah.
feel? But I know how they feel because I was in that position for 6 years before I got creator points. And my opinion about the system has never changed. I got creator points when I stopped caring about trying to get creator points.
that is
I know,
a
hot
cool
take, hot
point.
take.
That is a cool point. Like, as soon as you stop trying to like pander to the stand, well, I guess you weren't ever pandering to
Exactly.
the standards, but as soon as you stop thinking
no, I
about them,
low-key
it
did.
kind of no, but maybe it just came more naturally because you didn't.
It did. No, it absolutely did. And I think you're completely right in saying that, because once I stopped like focusing so hard on making my level good enough for other people and like good enough to the standards of like other creators, I was able, it's like something unlocked in my head, and I was finally able to create like freely. And it felt freeing when I was finally able to make these levels that like, wow, I think this is really cool and it's unique. And if it doesn't get featured, I don't care, you know? It was very freeing, and it allowed me to create faster and better, and I liked creating way more. It was great.
Awesome. Oh my gosh, this background's 8,000 objects.
Oh my gosh.
Whoops.
That's okay, that's okay. My
it's
block
fine,
sign
it's fine,
currently,
it's fine.
hold on, let me check. My block sign is currently
No, it lied.
3,700 objects.
Wait, what? Why are we both doing like insane object count stuff?
Yours has got to look way better than mine. The reason mine is high object is so
no.
stupid. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna cry. It's so funny.
It's fine. We're just two goofy people making goofy levels. It's fine.
Yes, sir. We're preaching about how you shouldn't care about the race system, and we are actively not caring about the race system.
Yes, and we're having
This is
fun.
atrocious.
We're having fun. It doesn't even matter what we say about the rating system. It shouldn't matter what we say about the rating system. It's just thought about too much.
Yeah, I feel like it's not totally fair to say it doesn't matter, because it absolutely does matter. And creator points are a
100% does.
very valid motivation for a lot of creators. But
it's
it doesn't
totally valid,
matter.
yeah.
It doesn't matter as much as many people act like it does. Like, it's not the most important thing ever, and it's not like, you know, your level is worthless if it doesn't get rated. Like, people who like have these opinions, they're stressing way too much about stuff, dog. I don't know. I also see, this is kind of like devil's advocate almost, but I do see a lot of people acting like, oh, you know, like the rating system like shouldn't matter, or like whatever, or like you shouldn't build for creator points. And I'm like, people can build however they want. Like if creator points is your motivation and you still enjoy creating and you're not hurting anybody, build for creator points. Like, truly,
Yes,
doesn't matter.
exactly.
Like, it's crazy to me to see people be like, oh yeah, like, you know, people like, I hate when creators like, you know, care too much about the rating system, and then they're like, don't build for creator points. I'm like, are you serious? Like
you just
what you're
contradicted
trying to
yourself.
avoid. Exactly.
No, that's, yeah, I get that completely. Obviously, you're making levels that are played on the servers, but also just like, you don't have to please them.
Yeah.
That's also a thing. It's just like, people are like, I want to make this, but I'm trash, so I'm not going to make it. And I'm like,
That's crazy to me.
like,
Come on.